In a world that moves too fast, this is your invitation to pause, to explore the space between thought and wonder, where science meets story and emotion meets insight. Here, curiosity is more than a question. It's a way of being. You found your corner of calm and contemplation. This is nerdy psychology. Stay curious, be kind, and keep your mind nerdy.
You know that feeling when you fully intend to do something good for yourself and life just laughs at you? Okay, like the day you leave for work thinking, tonight I am going to cook a real dinner, something balanced, something intentional. And then you get to work and the day starts unraveling. You're dealing with moody coworkers, your boss who turns his lack of planning into your emergency. Your inbox is overflowing with half-finished emails and you swear they were not there this morning. Then on your way home, surprise, there's an accident on your route. Traffic is backed up for over an hour. Your patience, it's gone. Your nervous system, it's fried. And you finally walk through your door, you kick off your shoes, and all that motivation that you had at 8 a.m., it's gone. Nowhere to be found. The next thing you know, you're eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich standing at your counter. And still in your work clothes with a full face of makeup, you sit down in your recliner where you collapse for the rest of the night. And that's how most good intentions die. Not because we don't care, but because we're human. Hi, I'm Dr. Angel, and this is Nerdy Psychology, where we talk about mental health in real, human, practical ways without perfection, pressure, or pretending that life is, calmer than it actually is. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been here all year, thank you. Truly appreciate your support. Today's episode is about what actually helps when life keeps getting in the way of our best intentions. As we head into this new year, there's a lot of noise telling us to do more, be better, fix everything. But most people, they don't struggle because they have a lack of goals. They struggle because their life is full emotionally, physically, mentally, relationally. So instead of resolutions, I want to share 20 tools that help me keep going when motivation was like taking a nosedive or my energy was low and when life stayed very, lifey. This is not meant to be a checklist, but as reminders that you can come back to. Okay, how I stopped making it harder than it needed to be. One of the biggest shifts for me was realizing that consistency matters more than intensity. Consistency matters more than intensity. I didn't need these huge, dramatic bursts of effort. I needed small, repeatable steps that didn't require a perfect day or the stars to be in alignment. I also had to accept that progress, it doesn't always look productive. Some days progress was thinking about the next step. Other days it was just showing up tired. And I stopped waiting to feel motivated because really motivation shows up when we start doing the thing we need to do. It's not so much before sometimes. And the big one, the big P word, perfectionism. That had to go. I had to evict my perfectionism because almost done gets finished. Waiting until it's perfect never gets finished. It never even gets started or worked on usually. And rest has been my secret weapon. Rest stopped being something I earned and became something I planned, because burnout finishes nothing. So another huge piece was learning to work with my nervous system. When I was overwhelmed, pushing harder never helps. You know what it helped me do? Shut down, quit, freeze, collapse, paralyzed me. I had to remind myself that anxiety, it predicts the worst case scenarios, but it doesn't tell the future. It's not a time machine from the future to tell us what's going to happen. It's predicting. And I get to write and choose what part of that I want to accept in my world. Avoidance felt good short term. You know, that I like to call the Scarlett O'Hara mentality. I'll think about that tomorrow. After all, tomorrow is another day. Well, tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow never comes. So gently engaging, even if it's just for a few minutes, it reduced stress in the long run. I also learned to notice when I was feeling emotionally flooded. Those were the moments not to problem solved. When my emotions were feeling overwhelming, those were the moments I needed to pause, stop, rest. And self-compassion, well, it turns out to be way more productive than self-criticism ever was. I want you to stop and think about how many times you call yourself and criticize yourself during your day. You've missed something and you use the phrase, "Oh, you dummy, why did you do that?" Or "You can never do anything right." We need to give ourselves some compassion. It really helps with our productivity and helps us feel loved and valued. Because guess what? We're human. Okay. Big goals had to be broken down into almost comically small steps. I mean, micro steps. I planned for interruptions instead of being surprised by them, because I figured it was better to say, I know we're going to have interruptions, and plan for them, and then be able to have the flexibility to accommodate for them, than to go, oh, I'm just going to barrel through this. There'll not be interruptions, and then have them happen. And I don't have the space to be able to be flexible for them. So interruptions always happens. And so they're not personal failures. They're just a part of being human. So leave some space for them. A big one was I stopped waiting for the right time. There isn't a right time. The right time is now, in the present, in this moment. Short, focused work windows work so much better than those long, exhausting pushes. When something needed to change, I reminded myself, adjusting is not quitting. You know, sometimes we start with a goal or we start with a plan, and as we're doing it and unpacking it, things shift in that goal and plan. And then sometimes I see people, they just keep working toward that goal, even though they realize that goal is really not the goal they wanted it to be, because they feel like they're quitting if they stop going toward that goal. Guess what? You're not. Your goals are yours. You own them. You can be flexible. You decide if they're the best goal for you. You decide when they're not the best goal for you. And adjusting is not quitting. I stayed connected to my why. And this is a big one, because when I know why this is important for me to do in my life or to work towards in my life, it helped me stay focused on those days where energy was gone, or the days that feel just so tedious. You know, that month of Mondays, we get those days. And when we can focus on our why, it helps us to continue through those moments. But most of all, I let growth be slow. Our world, our culture, they tell us fast paced, go, 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 hurry, hurry, hurry. You're not growing if you're not going fast at it. What do you mean? No, it's okay for growth to be slow. I asked for help and I accepted support. And I also learned that finishing something imperfectly, well, still counts as finishing something. Okay, I want to share something personal as we wrap this up together. One of my goals this year was finishing my mental health workbook. I wanted to not only finish it, but I wanted to publish it. This year has been a rough one, and life has thrown some curveballs with some twists and some turns. And I didn't do it because life was calm or distraction free. I didn't go tuck myself away in a cabin in the woods for a month so I can work on this goal. I created my workbook between real responsibilities on imperfect days, using these same tools that we talked about today: pacing, reframing, compassion, flexibility. This workbook wasn't created from theory alone. It's literally created while navigating real life. Some days were inspirational, and other days were, well, quite messy. However, I am so proud that I accomplished this goal, and I published it. My workbook, Your Next Chapter, Reflect, Realign, and Rise, is available on Amazon. Growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens with intention, reflection, and the courage to turn the page. Whether you're healing from burnout or navigating a major life transition or rebuilding your self-worth, managing anxiety, or simply craving clarity about who you are becoming, your next chapter can help you reflect on your patterns, reconnect with your values, and rewrite the story you want to live. If you're someone who wants help breaking goals into manageable steps, or you're tired of starting over every January, I'll leave the link in the description below. No pressure. Support it if it feels like it's something that would be helpful for you. As we step in to the new year, here's what I want you to remember. You don't need a brand new version of yourself. And you don't need to overhaul your whole entire life. You just need one small, realistic step, taken with intention, taken with kindness. If you want to support my channel, please like and subscribe and share this with someone who could benefit from our community. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, reflecting, and supporting this space throughout the year. And if you want to keep the conversations going, join me in January for Food for Thought Fridays, where we're going to be diving into the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, looking at habit change through the mental health informed and compassionate lens. I'm really grateful for you and wishing you all a happy and safe new year. Stay curious, be kind, and keep your mind nerdy. That's a wrap.
You found your corner of calm and contemplation. This is nerdy psychology. Stay curious, be kind, and keep your mind nerdy.